Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I decided I want to do a video kind of like ranting about book to movie adaptations, like the good ones and the bad ones, and like what I think about them and everything. So let's get started. So basically, as you guys would all know if you like books or movies, or if you have a life, basically if you don't know this, then you practically like live in a book. But a lot of books, YA books, or like adult books now, are like all being turned into movies, and some of them are like fantastic, like Harry Potter, movies like that, and then some of them are not the best, like Percy Jackson. See, I don't understand why they stray from the actual plot so much in book to movie adaptations. Like, you have a book. It's like you just need to make the book into a script and cast good actors and actresses to play the characters. Like, let's just say this situation, the Percy Jackson movies. Basically, the story itself was nothing like the book, like the story in the movie. And the characters in the book, if you don't know, in the first book, they are 12 years old. Movie, they're about 16? 12, 16, is that the same age to you? Do they look like they're the same age? Like, no. I think the Percy Jackson movies aren't bad movies in general. Like, I liked them before I read the books, but after I read the books, I realized how awesome the books are and how not awesome the movies are. Like, the first one was not like, it wasn't like the book and movie were nothing alike. But then we got to the second one, I'm like, is this even the same? Is this supposed to be the same story? Did they just think, oh, well, we like ruined the first movie, we might as well just ruin the second one even more? Like, the story in the books are so good. If they followed the plot, like, this is in general for every book to movie adaptation, if you follow the plot of the book, the fans of the book are going to come and see it, and they're going to like it, and then they're going to buy it, and then they're going to tell everybody about it because it's so good, and then you'll just, in general, the book will get more people reading it, and the movies will get more people reading it. Let's just take Harry Potter, for instance, back there. Harry Potter, I read the books. I read the first 4 books, as you know, and if you watched my last video, I said that I have not read the last 3 Harry Potter books. I will get to it eventually, but basically, the first Harry Potter movie, I read the book, and then I watched the movie, like, right after. Like, I'd already seen it and everything, but it had been a long time, and I didn't remember everything about it. So, I read the book, and then I watched the movie, and I realized that it's exactly the same. I was just trying to think throughout the movie the stuff that was in the movie that wasn't in the book, or vice versa, like, stuff that was in the book but not in the movie, and there was, like, nothing. It's so spot on. The Fault in Our Stars is another one that is really well done. Like, they've left out a few things from the book, but they were things that weren't really relevant to the plot, like, what they were doing with the movie. Like, in the book, if you read it, you would know that Gus, he had an ex-girlfriend, and there was this little bit thing about that, and there was also, like, this When You Die, they had, like, a page for them, and it's, like, people wrote stuff about their lives, like, about them, how they impacted their lives and everything. They didn't have that in the movie, but honestly, I didn't really even think about it, because it was so insignificant in the book. It wasn't a huge thing in the book. Like, there was never any conflict about, like, Gus's ex-girlfriend or anything, and, like, the page, the like, web page for their, when they die, like, it was kind of important, but it wasn't important in the book. So I can understand why they left stuff out. Like, The Fault in Our Stars is a pretty good representation of a good book-to-movie adaptation. And Harry Potter also. But then we have, on the opposite scale, Percy Jackson, like I already said. And then we have another bad one, like The Giver. The plot of The Giver was not too far off of the book. The plot itself. But there were certain things that were so far off from the book, like the age, like how the whole society was run, kind of, and just a whole bunch of other little things. If you watched The Giver and you read The Giver, then you would know that, like, in the book, the government is, like, one kind of thing. Like, it's run by, like, everyone. There's no government, really. But then in the movie, they changed it. It reminded me of Divergent, because in it, they had, like, this one lady, and she was, like, in charge of everything, kind of, like, making sure everything was going smoothly, and I was just like, this is kind of like Divergent. Like, is it just Janine in The Giver? That's what it reminded me of, honestly. There are so many book-to-movie adaptations, like, this year and last year, and even, like, going back pretty far. Like, Harry Potter's one of the first ones, like, YA book-to-movie adaptations, but then there's, like, Twilight. Then we have all the new ones, like The Fault in Our Stars, Divergent, Hunger Games, The Mortal Instruments, which apparently was nothing like the book, but I would not know because I didn't read the books. I really want to, but I just haven't. And then I also haven't read The Hunger Games, which is like a sin in our generation, but I've seen the movies and they're good, and everybody says they're like the books, so I trust them that they're good. Like, I like the movies in themselves, but whatever. Like, I feel like every popular book right now, they're like, oh, we're gonna make it into a movie. I'm like, sometimes I'm like so excited, like, oh my gosh, yes, this needs to be made into a movie, but then I think about it for a while, I'm like, they're probably gonna mess it up. Like, I think one of the better ideas for what they're doing is making TV shows. They're doing that a lot now. Like, they have Game of Thrones, Pretty Little Liars. They're making a Mortal Instruments one, which will probably be a lot better than the movie. And what's the other one? Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. I haven't read the book, obviously. It's a whole book series. Oh my gosh, I feel like everybody else would know this. What is it called? Scotland, people, old time Scotland, what is it? Oh gosh, this is gonna drive me insane. Okay, well, I don't remember it, but you guys probably all know what I'm talking about, the one in Scotland, old Scotland, like, yeah, that one. Those are, like, super popular TV shows, and that's because since the series is so long, they get to do so much with the TV shows. It's like you can have every detail from the book in the TV shows because it's like it doesn't matter how many episodes you have. You can have like 5 seasons or more if you want to. It's like you can have everything in there. So I think TV shows are a safer bet than movies, because in movies you have like, what, 2 hours to put the whole book? Like, sometimes it'll be like 500-page book, and they'll try to put it into like a small movie. Like a 2-hour movie and a 500-page book, they just don't go together. If you're gonna have like a long book, you need to make it 2 parts, or just a TV show, because then you can get everything. So this was just my video. I just wanted to kind of rant about book-to-movie adaptations and like what's wrong, like good ones, bad ones, basically, yeah, like what I talked about and everything. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to see more of us. And oh wait, I'm gonna do that again. So if you liked, so that's all, and if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Bye!